Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm Vanguard and today we'll be going through my top 20 most anticipated upcoming AAA games of 2018 to 2019, ranging mainly from the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. But without further ado, let's get right into it. First up we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Eidos Montreal alongside Crystal Dynamics and to be published by Square Enix. This will be the third installment in the reboot series after 2015's Rise of the Tomb Raider, taking place 2 months later narratively. It looks to be engaging and as promising as ever, set to be released on the 14th of September 2018 for Windows PC, PS4 and Xbox One.
Maybe there. Enemy spotted!
Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is a new upcoming sequel to the original Division that was released way back in 2016, developed by Massive Entertainment and to be published by Ubisoft. This will be the second entry to the tactical shooter third-person action RPG video game set in summer in the city of Washington this time around, 7 months after the previous game, where the virus is rapidly spreading. Scheduled to be released for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC on March 2019.
Friendly Division agent is down.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is an upcoming video game for the Nintendo Switch, probably the biggest title to come for the console yet, and has got millions of people very excited, developed by Bandai and to be published by Nintendo. This will be a part of the Super Smash Bros. Series of different crossovers from Nintendo that primarily features characters from the franchises established on its system. These games have always been about bringing iconic characters from all different genres together, reimagined into a fighting game. The roster and map selection this time around is bigger than ever, extremely ambitious and exciting, set to be released for the Nintendo Switch on December 7, 2018.
One thing to note too is if you notice, as soon as I changed my character, I actually dropped the item. So that also works for different status effects too. So that's really neat.
Right, because it's all unique to the...
Gears 5 will be the latest upcoming 5th installment to the popular Gears of War series. This will be an upcoming third-person single-player multiplayer shooter that focuses on the character Kite Diaz, whose goal is to discover the origins of her family and the Locust, with many returning characters as the supporting cast. Set to be released in summer of 2019 on Windows PC and Xbox One. Resident Evil 2 is an upcoming remake of the original legendary survival horror video game released way back in 1998, 20 years ago in fact. A heavily praised game for its iconic setting, horror atmosphere and audio work, and was among the best games of its generation. The reveal of E3 2018 got huge praise from both longtime fans and new excited ones alike to experience this legendary gem of a game as rookie police officer Leon alongside Claire, a college student. Set to be released on January 25th for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC.
What the? This is not fucking...
Biomutant is an upcoming open-world third-person action RPG developed by Experiment 101 and to be published by THQ Nordic. You play as a customizable raccoon-like animal set in a world that has been struck by a poisonous oil natural disaster that has polluted the Tree of Life, which grants life to the entire world. There will be a branching storyline, a karma and crafting system, as well as different tribes incorporated into the game. Set to be released for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC sometime around mid-year of 2019. Life is Strange 2 is an upcoming story-rich episodic adventure video game that will consist of 5 episodes and will be the third installment in the series. It has been developed by Donut Entertainment and to be published by Square Enix. You assume the role of Sean Diaz along with his little brother Daniel, who are both on the run from the police after the death of his father and the police that killed him. The two journey their way from Seattle to their family's home in Mexico. The series has always been highly well received for its emotionally rich moments, so here's to another promising round, set to be released on January 29, 2019.
Don't move!
We didn't do anything!
It's gonna be alright.
On the ground!
Hitman 2 is a highly anticipated upcoming stealth video game being developed by IO Interactive and to be published by Warner Bros. This latest game will be the 7th installment in the overall series. You play as Agent 47 once again, a highly skilled assassin, where you can carry out your missions both alone or by co-op online in a new game mode, the first in the series. Hitman 2 takes place after the previous game in 2016, where he is now set on a mission to hunt for the mysterious Shadow client. Set to be released for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC on the 13th of November 2018. Next up we have Fallout 76, an upcoming online multiplayer action role-playing video game of the massively popular Fallout series. It is being developed by Bethesda Game Studios and to be published by Bethesda Softworks. This will be the 9th entry in the series, taking place in the year 2102, 25 years after the nuclear war devastated Earth. You'll be able to play individually or with a party of up to 3 more, featuring an open world that is apparently 4 times larger than that of Fallout 4. It is set to release for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows on November 14, 2018.
Brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
Goodbye! Aloha! Ciao! Arrivederci! Au revoir!
Mega Man 11 is the latest upcoming installment to the all-time classic action platformer being developed by Capcom. There will be many returning elements including voice acting and a 2.5D graphical aesthetic. Players will control Mega Man to put a stop to Dr. Willy's plan as tradition. There will be new gameplay features like the double gear system, in which you can slow down time or increase the power behind your attacks, but will overheat if used too excessively. Set to release for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC on October 2018. Just Cause 4 is an upcoming open-world action-adventure video game being developed by Avalanche Studios and to be published by Square Enix. This latest entry will be set in South American country known as Solus, and players will assume the role of series protagonist Rico once again. The Black Hand, which is a mercenary organization, will return as the main antagonist, becoming more advanced than ever in technology. Set to be released on December 2018.
Fully customizable and has been overhauled to make it more intuitive for newcomers, while offering greater depth for a more experienced player. The grapple now has more tethers than ever before, and the ability to deploy booster rockets in the
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is an upcoming action RPG, developed and published by Ubisoft. It is the 12th game and the 11th major installment in the Assassin's Creed series, the successor to 2017's Origins. Odyssey is said to place greater emphasis on the role-playing elements compared to the previous entries, and will contain dialogue options, branching quests, and multiple endings. Set to be released for the PS4, Xbox One, and Windows on October 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably one of the most anticipated games as of right now, the sequel to the 2010 game. It will be an open-world action-adventure featuring single-player and online multiplayer components. The first game was met with huge success and was critically acclaimed by reviewers, with praise directed at the game's visuals, dynamically generated music, voice acting, gameplay, and story. The sequel, being developed by Rockstar once again, will hopefully bring another new excellent experience, set to release for the PS4 and Xbox One in 2018. Devil May Cry 5 is an upcoming action-adventure hack-and-slash video game developed and published by Capcom. It is the 6th installment of the Devil May Cry series and the sequel to DMC4, and the first game since the reboot released in 2013. The game will feature the return of Dante and Nero as playable characters, along with the currently unknown third character. It will be a similar experience to the other titles in the franchise, focusing on the fast-paced stylistic combat that we've all come to know the series for. Set to release for the PC, PS4 and Xbox One on the 8th of March 2019. Metro Exodus is an upcoming first-person shooter video game being developed by Yuga Studios for 4A Games and to be published by Deep Silver. It will be the 3rd installment in the Metro based on a novel series, taking place after Last Light in 2033, set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where players must cope with the new hazards and engage in combat against mutated creatures as well as hostile humans, all in order to find new life. Exodus takes place over the course of 1 year, and begins with the harsh nuclear winter. Scheduled to be released for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC on February 2019.
Why do you keep going up there? What are you hoping to find? Each time you go out there, I wonder if you'll ever return.
Next up is the Spire Reignited Trilogy. After the great success of Crash Bandicoot N. Trilogy, Activision comes back with another splendid remaster of the first 3 Spyro games, known as Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon, which were all originally developed by Insomniac Games. These were classic popular 3D platformers of the PlayStation 1 and were critically acclaimed titles. Judging from the fantastic Crash remaster from last year, Spyro definitely seems to be heading on the right track. It will be releasing for the PS4, Xbox One on November 13, 2018.
Where we took our liberties, where we thought we could improve upon things or make things more fun and playful, because that's kind of what Toys for Bob is about, is like finding great wacky things that get us psyched. So for example, we just saw the idol who had a metal shield, and these guys all have like marshmallows on sticks, so we turned his metal shield into the top of a barbecue.
Of course.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is another highly anticipated upcoming action RPG developed and published by Square Enix. After 8 console games as well as 1 mobile, 1 movie, and that's not even counting the re-releases in the series, the Xehanort saga, which began 16 years ago, will finally come to a close. There will be many beloved characters set to return, as well as new Disney worlds and gameplay features. You play as Sora on a mission to obtain the power of waking, rescue all that have fallen and put an end to Xehanort in the final Keyblade War. Set to be released on January of 2019 on the PS4 and Xbox One. Forza Horizon 4 is an open-world racing video game developed by Playground Games and to be published by Microsoft Studios. This will be the 11th installment in the overall series. The game will be set in a fictionalized representation of the UK. It features over 450 licensed cars, with each server holding up to 72 players online. Forza Horizon 4 was announced at Microsoft's E3 of this year, and is scheduled to be released for the Xbox One and Windows PC on October 2018. Second last we have Soulcalibur VI, the 7th entry and the reboot to the series. This will be an upcoming weapon-based fighting video game set in the 16th century, covering the events before the second game in the Soul series, and will have greater emphasis on the storyline. There will be a strong mix of both new and old characters set to be in the game like Ivy, Nightmare and Gerald, scheduled to be released on October 19th for the PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC.
Die already!
And finally we have Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, an upcoming action-adventure video game being developed by From Software, the people who made the Dark Souls series. It will be set in the 16th century during the Sengoku period of Japan, where you play as a shinobi known as Sekiro, on the path of revenge against a samurai that kidnapped his lord. While there are comparisons to be made to the Soul series, this will be a very different experience, which is noticeable from the lack of RPG elements found in this title. There will be new features like a grappling hook, torch, stealth and etc. Set to be released on March 22nd, 2019 for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. Well, that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.